Welcome to the follow-up video of my first time putting in a new faucet fixture, roughing in a faucet fixture in the shower. I'm Angel, by the way. Hi. You can call me Auntie Angel if you like. As you see, I'm dealing with quite a mess here. And overall, I have had success with some learning curve, as is always the case. And it's a good time to remind you, I make these DIY videos to share what I'm learning, but I always like to encourage you that if you can afford a professional, you probably should. There's a reason that they get paid more than some of us would get paid, because they know what they're doing. There's so many tricks and tips and little nuances to any trade, and plumbing is certainly no exception. I've dabbled in many of them, and there's no exceptions to those that I've thought, oh, there's a lot more to this than you might think, and the professionals know what they're doing and are worth it. All that said, in case you like figuring things out for yourself, or you're on a super low budget, or you find yourself deep in the throes of a project in the middle of the night where there's no supplies around and you're looking for what to do, well, in that case, you're screwed. Just wait till the morning. But actually, let me give you one tip that I've figured out just from this project that would be a good thing to have in that case. And that is one of these little handy dandy Sharkbite caps. This could save you in a pinch if you had a leaky pipe and you couldn't get it shut off in time, or you wanted to just cap it off so you could turn the water on to the main house. This just happens to be an extra that I bought in my adventure of trying to put this together. Let's come down and look at this. This is a Delta rough-in faucet, and I went ahead and added these shut-off valves because there haven't been any in here, and it's been a big pain in the butt where you can't work on it without shutting off the water to the main, and if I have guests in the front. Anyhow, that has been part of the reason it has been leaking for a very long time. So I thought, while I'm in here, for sure I wanted to put these in, and I successfully did that, and I used these Sharkbite or slip-on variety, these newfangled things that somebody told me about, and they do indeed work really fantastically. Unfortunately, when I was looking online, there were some of the kind of the tradition, what I would call the other kind with a smaller little knob for turning. It's the same kind of valve. But when I went to my local store and I gave them my list, they came back with these, and I thought, what difference? Well, the difference is that this, that I didn't put it far enough down, and it hits this, so I can't turn the hot water on all the way. I don't know how much of an issue that's going to be, or whether or not I'm going to fix that. It does have decent pressure. I tend to have really good water pressure. I tend to really hot water, and I tend to like cold showers, so maybe I'll just live with it at half on. It turns, most of the way on, but not all the way on. And obviously I could switch out this valve, although I just wrestled this whole thing together, so I don't know. I'm not that gung-ho to do that. One of the things that was a challenge in this whole thing was that I decided, so you see I put these valves here, and I put these T's on here with this, also this Sharkbite kind of design here, and I've got these little pieces, matching 2.5-inch pieces, which a gentleman was kind enough to cut for me, even though I have a cutter that I bought. But I did not think about how I needed play in the length to then slip it all together. So I ended up, as you see, it's not a big deal because I have to redo this whole wall, but I ended up having to cut up here to make space to slide this up to get it up in there. And if you weren't planning on ripping out your whole wall, that would take some more thinking through. On the side of like not ripping out your wall and just getting to the plumbing, you can do miraculous things with a basic pipe cutter. Just cut out, what I did was cut out this old thing, and I was a little nervous about the difference in distance. You can see these are closer together, so I had to, that was the closest kind of thing I could figure out or find. There's a lot of things that are further out, like this distance where this pipe was clearly, I didn't do this, but somebody did this long ago, put a little kink in it, which is not a good idea, but it is what it is, and I'm just going to leave it. But you could see I was nervous about this area because I have an angle coming, you know, this angle comes a little this way, and then it made for a little bit of an angle there. But with pressure on it, now actually right now it's off right here, so the pressure isn't up in here, but I did just turn it on. Obviously I have the wall open, so I didn't want to leave it on for really long, but it does seem to work. Without the valve in it, it just goes straight up the pipe, and I'm really not sure how that works exactly. Still a little bit of a mystery to me, this faucet stuff, but I did spend another $50 on a Delta single handle faucet, which in the long run I will put on. Probably for the interim I might just use these handles, because I'm going to rip out this whole shower and put in I think I'm going to put in a stone. I have some granite that's been sitting around wondering what to do with itself, so I think I'm going to put in a stone shower, do the granite, and then maybe some river rock, and maybe get rid of this, definitely get rid of this broken nasty shower tub, and hopefully put in a custom stone floor. That's the plan. I wanted to share mainly because I think these slip-on things are freaking fantastic, and I will put a link to some of those that you can find on Amazon. They're pretty much everywhere. Probably link you to the valves that I should have bought, that I would have bought if I hadn't gone to my local store. And of course I recommend going to your local store if there is one. I'm really grateful there is one still here in Albuquerque where I am. A lot of them have shut down, so I did put a little bit of pipe tape on all these junctures for good measure. And I will share that I've learned in my adventures, my plumbing adventures, that you want to put that pipe tape on counterclockwise, because you're going to put your fixtures on clockwise. It was a little tip that I didn't know about, and I think I've done backwards a few times. And you don't want to overdo it, 2 to 3 wraps around with that tape, and you don't want to put it on the very end of the threads, because then it can come off and goop up a fixture or something. So you want to put it back a few threads from the edge. There's some tips from me to you that I'm learning my first time doing a shower stall fixture replacement. I've done some various other types of plumbing, but this is my first time just cutting out the old and putting in the new. And I got to say, it was remarkably easy and satisfying. And I've been thinking it's like Christmas around here. I have an unleaky shower. It's been a really long time. Of course, obviously I have a lot of work to do, but the lack of drip there, I won't show you right over here in the sink where I still have a drip, which is much easier to fix. This was a big daunting task. So I'm happy to be on the other end of it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And again, do recommend the Sharkbite. All you really need is a pipe cutter and